When you get out of the house and you're then, you're sitting down for the first time on your own, having done this interview, I would then get a blank page and write down 5 or 6 or 7 bullet points that you think are the main things to have come out of that interview, the most important things to have come out of it. Don't worry about what order they're in, but as you remember them, or they said that and I remember them saying this and that was really interesting when they revealed that particular detail, write all those things down as bullet points. And then when you've done that, just reflect on those bullet points and try and put them in some sort of order. So what's the most important? What's the most shocking? What's the most eye-opening? What's the thing that is going to have the most impact? And put them in order. So the top one is the most important thing and the bottom one is the lesser important thing. And those 6 or 7 bullet points will form the basis of your feature. Those are the pegs that you will hang your story on.
It's like once you have the idea of what you want to write about in your head, you then go to the interview hoping that once you come out of it you've got your top line ready from what they've said, and then also helps with your angle from because then you see things from their perspective rather than your own, and so then you can develop the angle and then write the story from that.
When you've done your interview, make sure you look over it reasonably close after doing it, because if you read back over it and it's something that you wish to find out again, you could call them up over the day after or within a couple of days and ask them a question, whereas if you leave it weeks and weeks, then it may be more inconvenient for them.
Ring them up and just say, look, I'm just going through my notes. I'm really interested in this particular aspect of the action, of the narrative of the story. Can I just talk to you for a couple of minutes on the phone about that? Could you just enlarge? I've got a couple more extra questions for you. And that can be really helpful. That can often produce a new top line that you didn't think you had, that you didn't have until you'd rung them back. So don't feel that having stepped away from the interview, that's it, the interview's finished, that's my chance, it's now over, I've now got to work with what I've got, because you can easily go back to someone. And on that same score, bear in mind that you might want to go back to them next week or next month or next year when something else happens to them that maybe is linked to the reason you're interviewing them now. You want them to remain and have a relationship with you going forward. That's not being their best friend, but that's being able to call them up if something new happens in the story they're involved in. It would be great for them to be ringing you, and if you come away from an interview where they feel they've got a friend in you and they are motivated to call you and keep you posted of their life as it goes forward, that itself might produce further stories down the line for you.
Go through it all afterwards, make sure you have covered all bases. If need be, you can then, what you've got on there, go back over what you're not sure of or what you haven't got. Make sure it's accurate from a legal standpoint.
And the best relationship between an interviewee and a journalist is one where both parties are very keen for a good outcome.